So is she, standing on solid ground. Hello, this is Kim with Standing on Solid Ground. I am your host of this motivational and inspirational podcast. And today's word of the day, dungeon. A closed prison, a deep, dark place of confinement. And in a dungeon deep, they brought Joseph hastily out of the dungeon. I find words like this fascinating because I had a totally different idea what a dungeon was. I had to look this up, and it is a closed prison, but it's just in the depths of the earth. Instead of you going to a jail cell or a prison in a building, they use dungeons or underground jail, so to speak, of confinement, that they closed the gate over the hole. I do recall that, where they closed it over a hole, and that's where they kept their prisoners. And a lot of times we will run across dungeon. Now, I had a totally different understanding of what a dungeon was, but I'm glad that I read it to find out that this was a prison. So, when we read through the Word of God and we see words like that, we don't want to take for granted that we know what they are. It's nice to always look these words up because, like I said, I had a totally different definition for a dungeon. I did not realize it was a prison. So the word for today is dungeon. It is a closed prison or a deep, dark place of confinement. And you know, none of us like to be confined in anything. And to think that we are in a place where it's dark, there's no light, you know, pretty much that is a pit. To me, it will be a pit of discussion. Pretty much you can just roll over and just pass away. They wouldn't have to bury you because you're already in a place that's lower possibly than a normal grave site. It's important for me to learn these words so I don't take for granted what they are and not misunderstand what the meaning is. And so this is why I do these words of the day, just to kind of open up the mind juices and let them flow so we can understand the Word of God with all of our hearts. This is Kim with Standing on Solid Ground. You have yourself a wonderful and blessed day.